Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Miss Honeydrop. How are you doing? I hope this meets you well. If this is your first time of coming on my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'll be talking about Ori, the Orisa Ori in this video, and how we should reference it. I just want to say quickly that if you're already not subscribed, you should. And also remember to turn on the notification button. A lot of people keep asking me how to reach me. And it seems like I keep repeating myself over in the comment section and other people miss the information, so I'm just going to put it out here again. Do send me an email at mishoneydrop@gmail.com, or you can simply just send me a message on Instagram. Sorry, I'm squinting. The light is a bit too bright for my eyes, considering I've only just recovered. I wasn't feeling too great of late, and yeah, part of the reason why I've not been able to film as much as I'd have loved to. Yeah, I've been super busy and it's taking its toll on my health. Yeah, so also a lot of massive changes took place in my life. Good changes I prayed for, but even good changes come with disruption, and that kind of threw everything in the air and things were off kilter for some time. So I'm only just beginning to regain balance, so apologies for not making videos, because I know some wonderful people have reached out to me, and thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm grateful. Yes, I try my best to stay online, so yes, my wonderful fans and friends know I am doing very well. I'm alive, yes. Anyway, let's get into it. So today, like I said, we're talking about Ori. In Yoruba, what is even Ori, you would wonder. Ori is the head. It's funny that in the Yoruba language or mythology, spirituality, Ori is more than just being your physical head. Yes, when you're learning Yoruba, you hear things like Ori, Eti, Oju, Imu, Enu, Owo. This is Owo, the hand, and all the other parts of the body, but today we're talking about Ori. So Ori is the head, this physical head you can see, feel and touch, but it is deeper than that, like I said before. And it would interest you to know that Ori in Yoruba mythology is the soul consciousness. I think I jumped there. Yes, I did, because what I forgot to mention is that there is Ori Inu, Ori Ode. Ori Ode is the physical head. Ori Inu is the inner head, also known as the soul consciousness. When we talk about the soul consciousness, we're not just talking about, oh yeah, your soul and I'm trying to find a way to break it down so that you understand correctly. But anyway, moving on. Ori Inu is your soul consciousness, like I said, and Ori Ode is your physical head, and they are linked. In fact, they have a lot to do together. This is why when you're offering prayers, even in most religion, not just in Yoruba, sometimes you hold your head and say a prayer. My head will do this, my head will do that, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, Ori Inu and Ori Ode are very linked. And this is why it's important to not let just any random person touch your head carelessly. you know, don't just let someone come with their funny vibe and start touching your head, because you carry so much energy. Listen, that is your crown, and you got to protect it with everything you've got, because like I said at the start, Ori itself is an Orisha, and I'll tell you the story as we go along. Ori is an Orisha, and that's why in Yoruba mythology also you'd hear things like Orila Bakbo, Kato Borisha. A lot of people say the wrong way and say Orila Babo Kaforisha Sile. No, it is Orila Babo Kato Borisha. So they're saying, in other words, that propitiate your head before you propitiate the Orishas. Now, there is the aspect of Emi. Emi is breath. Emi is also spirit. Emi, breathing in and out. Emi, momi, breathing. Emi is your life, meaning the functionality of your body. Tẹ́mi bá wà lára. Yoruba will say tẹ́mi bá wà ìrètí ń bẹ. When there is life, there is hope. So it means Emi is life. Emi is tied to your spirit. And many people mistaking soul and spirit to be the same thing, but they're actually not. Your spirit dies, your soul never dies. Your spirit can die, but your soul cannot die, because spirit is very tied to the physical body, the flesh, but soul is a whole entity on its own. So when your heart stops functioning, when you stop breathing, the spirit leaves you, but the soul lives on. It's still alive. It's not dead. So that is the reason why I thought I should differentiate it. I hope I'm not rambling. Okay. Now, in Isheshe, you would be required most of the time to feed your head, propitiate your head. Why? Because the more you look after your head, the more you look after yourself, the more your Ori takes care of you, the more your Ori fights for you. In Yoruba language, it is said that Ori mi o ni gbabode, meaning may my head not be unfortunate, may my head not work against me. The more you connect with your Ori, the more it supports you through your life journey. If you abandon it, well, it will treat you as you've treated it. But anyway, before I go into all that deep parts, let me quickly talk about some parts of the head. For instance, the frontal part is known as Okmo. At the same time, is known as Iwaju Ori, which is also clairvoyant, and even in other spirituality, we call it the third eye. The third eye is here, and it functions as your clairvoyant portal, vortex, where you use in connecting psychically and get extraterrestrial information. Do you understand? So that is what Okmori or Iwaju is. Now we have the, excuse me, I don't know why I'm burping so much. We have the Ogo. Ogo is the back of the head. The back of the head is also known as the Enyori. And this part, I can't remember how to explain that part, but anyway, that's part of the head. And then we have the Awuje, also known as the Atari. Now this part is very important, and you should protect it by all means. Gosh, I'm trying to remember what this in clinical psychology, when you go for past life regression and you slide into your superconscious, it is said that the soul jumps out of the body through the upper part of the head, which Yoruba know as Awuje Ori. If you look at baby's head, it looks like there's a hollow in there, and it kind of has this palpitation, kind of throbbing movement around the center. That is where the soul jumps out of the body when it's gone through death, expiration. So that is an exit point. We can also say it's an entry point for the soul. And then Mori is known as your higher self. So just before I move on, your what do you call it? Atari, your Awuje is what you can call what's the word now? Your transcendent awareness. This is how people can have outer body experience. Maybe you're going through a surgery, a major life surgery, and people say they can see their blood, their body seems to be floating, and they can see the doctors operating on them. So many doctors have also seen people come back and talk about having out of body experiences and all that kind of stuff. So all that kind of thing is connected with here. Oh, well, so we can say the Okmori as well. And like I said lastly, Okmori is your higher self. I'm sorry, I'm a bit flustered. I think it's still part of me gathering myself after recently recovering, so I feel a bit off kilters, honestly. So please indulge me in this very video. I'm really trying my best to pull my soul, my body, everything together. I need anchoring. All right, so that's just one of the things I wanted to quickly touch on, just diagram and labeling of the human head according to Yoruba language and mythology. Now there is an Oduifa that talks, in fact there are many Oduifas that talk about the Ori and its importance, but I'm going to recite Oyekumeji, and I'll be saying it in Yoruba, but I'll do my best to translate when I am done. Bofa etarabo ijebebi oyehin oye ohun adifa folo yegele ọmọ orire tí ń ru bí ọṣẹ wọ́n ní ó ká kímọlẹ̀ ẹbọ ni kó yára ṣe òfulẹ̀ mi òfulẹ̀ ẹ̀rọrí olóyè bí ti ru. What this Odu is simply telling you, usually when it comes out, that person needs to do Ibori, which is head feeding. And most people that come to me, especially when they're new into Isheshe, I always say to them, go and do head feeding. Amongst the many things I'd usually recommend based off the stuff going on in their life and all that kind of stuff. Head feeding is so important. If you are someone who is destined to have big achievements, awards, chieftaincy title, and all that kind of ceremonial title come along as you go by in life, you not appeasing your head can actually stand in the way of that actually coming to pass. We need to actually look after our head so that it will bring all that we have been destined to achieve, all that has been destined. Listen, all the blessing that has our name written on it has to come to pass. And this is why a lot of people die with unused glory, because they do not understand the importance of looking after their soul consciousness. Listen, everything happens in the spiritual realm before it actually manifests in the physical. I hope you know that. So when you do not take the needed steps to look after your spiritual body, it would affect your physical body. And when I say body, I'm not talking of your flesh, like your body as in your life. Everything that comes to be in your life would be affected. It can affect your physical body too. Sometimes ailments that we go through might not even be actual medical. This is why some people can't find diagnosis for what is wrong with them. There is just no diagnosis for it, because it's not a physical ailment. It's something more than that, you know. I do know certain people in the past who have not had a diagnosis for anything. They couldn't find what was wrong with them. Actually, I know 2 different people that this happened to. And this is, I'm not talking about back in Africa. I'm talking of good healthcare outside of the, you know, actually NHS to be precise. They couldn't find what was wrong with them. This is not a story. These are people I'm actually really close to. One of them is a really good friend of mine. We're not so close anymore. This was a couple of years ago. And another one that I'll count a friend, but also we've kind of moved apart from each other, living a completely different life, and I as well. So things like this happen, and you find that what is actually wrong with them is got nothing to do with going to the hospital, you know, and they are in agonizing pain. But I digress. So this is why it is important to do head feeding. Your head will fight off a lot of things that should have knocked you out. Literally, it would fight it for you. It will bring you good fortune. I believe I've spoken about head once or twice in the past. I'm not sure where, but I talk about it a lot because the head is so important. It is so important. In fact, if you have a good head and you are not looking after it, chances that certain things are not going to happen for you. And some people say, they argue, oh, but I've never done head feeding and everything works for me. Somebody is doing it for you. Somebody is standing in gap for you. The thing is, in this short life I've lived, I've come to realize that family, parents, certain people in the family play a huge role that you do not even know about, and you think because you're not doing it, clearly someone else is not doing it. BS. I have seen and come to know a lot of people whose mother is the one doing things for them, standing in gap for them, praying for them, doing the appeasement, doing this, running around. And that's why when the mom dies, they feel the impact. Some is the wife, some is the father. Oh, eba mi she wuri for mommy, eba mi she le for mommy, eba mi this mommy, or mommy. So back to the old Ifa, tó bá ní oríire tí o ṣe àwọn àtúnṣe tó yẹ kó ṣe tó wá expect pé nǹkan kí nǹkan ẹ máa dá. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni, you are deceiving yourself. I'm telling you now. Wake up. How much is it boring gan-an tá fẹ́ torí ẹ̀ kí tó fẹ́ torí ẹ̀ tán lẹ́nu? How much is it boring? Some people will make excuses. I'm not there in physical. You don't need to be there physically. They can do it in absentia. Anyway, Ile Ori is something that they use in doing head feeding. It is very important. It is very useful in Isheshe that you can use it even if the person is not there to do head feeding for them. So you don't need to be physically there if that's your excuse. Ile Ori can be used in your absence. One of the things I also need to talk about before I round this video up is the fact that well, a lot of people, let me not use some. A lot of people have good head, but they have terrible character. And Ifa says that good head, bad character, 0. If you have good head and you have a bad habit, bad attitude, nasty vibes, 0. For your head to work in your favor, you need to work on your character. You need to work on yourself. And this is why even when we do Osefa and you throw Obi and Obi brings out a Taiwa and tells you, nigga, you need to work on your attitude. And you're like, but my attitude is fixed. No, it's not. Ifa cannot be lying. Listen, even I'm guilty sometimes. And it's not because I have a bad attitude. It's just maybe I might have been snapping at someone that has been kind to me. Maybe in my circle, maybe I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed, a lot of things. You need to work on it. Iwakbale is always emphasized in Ifa all the time. And even there's a Yoruba saying that says, Iwarere le shoyin. If you don't have a good behavior, if you're not kind to people, when people should stand up for you, go out of their way for you, they wouldn't. When they should run around and rally around, should you be in a sort of mess or something, or your whatever the case may be, it could be health challenges, it could be time to be celebrated, it could be something you need some sort of help, you need favor, you need this, you need that. If you are being a nasty piece of work, nobody is going to lift a bone. I wouldn't. I would not. I'm not sorry. Sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. If you have a nasty character, I'm not going out of my way for you. Yeah, I know Ifa says we should be kind. But if you are consistently nasty, I'm not going out of my way for you. I'm sorry. Because I've seen people who are deliberately evil. And it's like, I can't wrap my head around it. What is your point exactly? And you think I'm just going to be what? No, I wouldn't. I don't need you to be nice to me, but if you're nasty to other people, I wouldn't do it. Listen, if you're nasty, I've seen people who have been rude, nasty to me, and I've forgiven them so many times. I'm quite forgiving, and I think that's the reason why people take the mickey with me. They take the piece all day long. But if it's gone beyond just me and you are consistently, nah, I ain't gonna do no. Anyway, one of the thing that almost left me, thank God, came back, is the fact that when your head is upset with you, when your Ori is angry with you, it can work against you by reporting you to your Egbe and your Orishas. And the things that can cause your Ori to be angry with you, upset, is when you are not working in alignment with what you've been called to do, with your life purpose. Some people get away with it. Some don't. Ori yato sori. Everyone's head is different. We all don't have the same head. Some people's head is so hell-bent on achieving a thing, it would stop at nothing to make sure you do that thing, whatever it is you're destined or set out to do. And if you're not working in that purpose, your head would literally call you out to your Egbeorun, who would also take it up So you need to bear that in mind. Take care of your head, physically and spiritually. Take care of your head, physically and spiritually. Some people don't look after themselves. They just do whatever. Your head does not want you to cut hair. You say you want to cut your hair. In fact, you want to blonde it. You want it to be blue, green, orange, yellow, red. I don't have a problem with coloring. Listen, I love hair colors, but my hair don't like it because it's always getting damaged, which leads me to cutting it. And that's probably one of the things I have no business with. You don't have business with that, you go and do that. Why? You are disrespecting your head if you don't know. I'm telling you now. You need to find out what your head likes. Your head doesn't like certain colors, doesn't like certain things. Your head wants you to walk in this path. You say no. I want to be a musician. I'm destined to be a musician. If not be music, I'm not do. Meanwhile, you've been called to be a what? A construction worker. Maybe because you're meant to create shelter for certain type of people. I don't know. Or maybe you are called to own a bakery, feed people, make money as well. Or you're called into Orisa work just like me. Listen, I was talking to a lady recently, just a couple of days ago. And she was asking questions about my personal journey into Orisa, how I got into it, what led me into it, Even though sometimes it can feel a little bit intrusive, I don't mind answering those questions. Probably would make a video about it one day. And I said to her, if anyone told me a couple of years ago, say 4 years ago, that I'll be an Iyanifa, Orisa, or any of that kind of stuff, and I could be whatever. Oh God, my nigga, spit it out. Not happening. In fact, as at beginning of 2019, if you had said that to me, I'll probably fight you or give you the middle finger. Like, nah, no way. Listen, for my friends, some of them are still struggling to understand what led me into this, because for them it's complete madness, and I understand. I completely understand. Yeah, it's a whole story. But that's what my head chose. What am I to do? Please my friends and displease myself? Do what my head doesn't want so that it can curse me out and ruin everything that is left of me. That would be great, wouldn't it? Listen, I've learned to do things in accordance to what my Ori wants. And it's done me so much good, more than anything else. So do what your head wants. And also, like I said, take care of your head physically. Go to the salon, wash your hair, comb it out, plait it, do something. The reason why I don't make my hair often is because my head is very, very, very picky. Very picky as to who does my hair, what I use on my hair. You don't want to know the struggle. It's been a whole lot for me since I, became a full Onisheshi. I can't just do whatever I like. It's very select. I do my hair most of the time, most of the time, not all the time. I think I've had only 2 people make my hair and my head liked it. The other time I had to take it out, literally. Physically take it out. I was instructed. So that's part of the reason. So I'm still trying to figure out what the permanent solution to this. Am I gonna lock my hair? Am I gonna be patient and keep praying for a right energy of a woman to do my hair regularly? Because I like to look good, but I can't do whatever I like. I have to be patient. Every person that's come into my life, I've had to manifest them at some point or the other, So That's part of the reason. But I look after my head and my hair, wash it, treat it, make it look good. Like, that's the barest minimum I can do. And then I do my bori as often as possible. I try to do it monthly, and when I can't, I do it at least minimum once in 2 months. Okay, bad as it may be. I do my head feeding regularly. And also, it is important to do head feeding for your parents, living or dead. If they're still alive, do a head feeding for them. If they've gone to be on the other side also, you can still appease them. You know, this is also another way of connecting with your ancestors. Once you have an ancestor altar, leave an offering for them. But even more, in the way it is done in Isheshe, boya or tiatobi, that's kola nut and a bottle of schnapps or some sort of alcohol. Use it to appease them. If their head through Ifa ask for more, do it for them. Honestly, it would open the road for you in a way you could have never ever imagined or envisaged. Feeding your own head opens doors for you, navigates the way for you, brings good blessing and opportunity your way, and averts all sorts of danger that could have knocked you out. Listen, I could have died a long time ago. But for Eledumare and my Ori, of course my Egbe they've been kind too. So yeah, it's important to look after your head. Ori wa gbe wa, Ori wa oni gbabode. Àní bá wọn kúkú ọ̀wọ̀ọ̀wọ̀. Níbi tó bá ti ń pín ibi, àní bá wọn nípìn bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ọjọ́ tẹ́bí bá ń pọ̀nà àní jáde. Ògún ò ní fẹ́ jẹ wa wẹ̀. Omi ayé ò ní gbé wa lọ. Àní bá wọn fọrin ìrìn àrífẹsẹ̀ sí. Ibi tí wọ́n ti ń gbé àwọn èèyàn dìgbàdìgbà káàkiri ilé ìwòsàn, àní bá wọn nípìn bẹ́ẹ̀. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹsẹ̀ wa báyìí á gbé wa débire. Orí wa á gbé wa débire. Wọ́n ní orí lẹ́jà fi ń la ibú omi. Orí wa báyìí á fi la ibú ayé já. Gbogbo ohun tó jẹ́ ìpín wa lórílẹ̀ ayé báyìí ní orí wa la mú wa kó wa. Everything with our name written and attached to it as our blessing, it will find us by the special power of Eledumare. You would not take part, you will not be part of any sort of evil. And in this time where there is war across the world, in Europe, Russia, and Ukraine, we pray for peace. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tó wà ń bẹ̀, orí ìyá yín, orí bàbá yín, orí ìtẹ̀yìn fúnra lára á gbé yín, kò ní jẹ́ kẹrin sí ibi tí ibi ń wà. Láṣẹ Elédùmarè báyìí, ẹ máa jáde níbẹ̀ yẹn láyọ̀. Ẹ ní rí bí o. Ọwọ́ ayé ò ní báyìí. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. I'll carry on praying for all those who are in war, country, zone, and all that kind of stuff. Listen, times are hard. We should pray for ourselves. We should pray for our loved ones. We should pray for even people we do not know, because any kolomo, may we not be partakers of evil in these really trying times. Anyway, my wonderful people, this is where I close the curtain today. I'm thankful that you watched the video up until this point, and I pray that this week will be a wonderful week for you. Have a wonderful time. Stay blessed. Please stay safe. Protect yourself. COVID is still out there doing its madness. War is out there. Just please and please keep in touch. Keep in touch with everyone. Make sure people know where you are. Make sure you stay out of trouble as much as possible. Even if you don't live in a country where there is war at the moment, listen, appreciate what you've got and be thankful for the little or the huge blessing that you've got. Be grateful for everything. You just never know. Ani bolo jolo. To, ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi. Ó dìgbà o, a mọ̀ ríra. Ẹ ṣé. Èmi náà ni. Ẹnì kankan ò ní jẹ́ èmi. Wọn ò ní fẹ́ lòmíì ṣe mí. Èmi náà ni Miss Honeydrop. I'm gonna see y'all later. Take care.